Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 960. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. Happy anniversary, Real Whovians. It's over now. This is the last, and we're into a new day, almost into a new day. This is the last cast of the anniversary cast.
7 minutes for you, right?
Yeah, minutes. So just consider it the last cast. Okay, what's up, Philip? How are you?
Good evening. Hello.
What's up, Scott?
Hello.
What's up, Connor?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, James?
Hey, guys.
Okay. I got some explaining to do. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because of my opinion on the pilot.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Well,
Yes, you
here's
do.
the thing. It'd be one thing if the pilot was an episode of Series 10. But with Moffat's wonderful, beautiful speeches that sort of get him in trouble, how this will be the groundbreaking reboot that will, like the Pied Piper, will bring new Who fans to reinvigorate the show before Chibnall takes over. And we're going to have millions of more people because, oh my God, they don't know what a puddle looks like. I got to tell you, he built this up like bigger than a finale. And I got to tell you,
This should have been a finale.
wrong. He built it up to. This is why you don't open your mouth. Let us try to enjoy the episode as a regular Series 10, Episode 1. It's not a reboot because it kind of connects. It's not erasing Doctor Who history. It's connecting Doctor Who still with High Susan and River Song. It's every companion would be a reboot. So he just doesn't. We need a PR person when it comes to Moffat because he shouldn't speak. Okay. Every time Amy Rory came, it's a reboot. That has been loosely used. This is not a reboot of Doctor Who. We have a new companion. Let's just get that straight. It's still Peter Capaldi. All his adventures are not erased. Nardle's in it. It's a connection from the last episode. So it's not a reboot. So I'm going to say right there.
We're going to say it's a reboot, and we can say then from the original series, every time he introduces a new companion, it would be considered a
Yeah, we haven't had 47 reboots or whatever. This is not a reboot. So I'm going to say right there off the bat, that's wrong. Now, but because he wanted to be judged by those standards, I'm going to judge the episode by those standards. Okay? You want a brand new audience to watch this episode and get excited about it, interested in it, where they're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I got to see the next episode. No. Just trying to imagine me seeing this for the first time without seeing any of Doctor Who, compared to all the other sci-fi stuff I've ever seen. By those standards and by his standards, no. I'm sorry. This is not an episode that, here's the thing. If this episode came on, I probably wouldn't watch it again. Now, I will give it the benefit of the doubt. I will watch it many times to be fair to the episode. But I watched like Last Christmas 20 times and I hated that shit. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I don't think anything's going to change my opinion of this. But it's not an episode. He tried to capture the young adult millennials he has no idea about the gay and lesbian community. He has no idea about relationships. And he has no, like the girl looks at her and oh my God, but they never had a romance. They never kissed. They never dated. Like he has no effing clue.
It was more of a flirtatious, it was more flirtatious than anything. That's what I took from it.
Has no clue about, a lesbian romance, whatever, anything. It's ridiculous.
One thing on the what you mentioned earlier, I just wanted to take you on one of your points earlier, with the refresh, right? What I will say to that is, Magician's Apprentice, if you going into that, it's actually quite hard as a new viewer. You need to know things from the past, like Davros, Missy is the master, right? It's not something a new viewer will find easy to catch on to, right? This episode is good because it's good for the fans for the classic era. We've got some references. We've got the Bavellans. We've got Susan, right? But we also for a new fan who's not seen the show before, they can get on board. That's the point. Is it the best episode in the world? No, obviously not. We've got way better episodes out there. It's Doctor Who. But it's a good stepping stone. I think a new person, because it's hard for us to judge because we haven't seen it. We've already seen this episode. We've already seen Doctor Who. This is not our first episode, right? It'd be great to bring someone in who's only seen this episode because then we'd get a real opinion.
If I was to get people to watch the show, I wouldn't let them watch this episode as a first episode.
Well, I wouldn't let them watch.
Why?
Okay,
Why?
For example,
I would let them watch. I would let them watch Rings of Akatan. Or any of the classic series stuff, City of Death. I would let them watch any of the classic series.
I'm a big fan of the classic series, but very few episodes of classic series I'd start people off with. Maybe Genesis of the Daleks.
Rings of Akatan is a terrible episode.
Yep, I agree.
It's an awful episode to start someone off with.
Ridiculous. It's too good. It's pure.
Okay, I'm sorry, but in Rings of Akatan, there's a scene.
First of all, wait. You're thinking with the mentality of a 20-year-old. You want to capture the young audience, correct? Paint by number. You want to capture the young audience, right? The 10-year-olds, the 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to think like a 20-year-old when they're watching the episode.
There's a caveat. I tried to give that episode the benefit of the doubt. I was actually very excited about it because he mentioned Susan at one point. Oh, when they mention Susan, it gets good. But there's a point in the episode where I just lose faith, and it's the bit where the Doctor becomes a Jedi Knight and has the bloody Force, and he can block with like a shield, force barrier, the monsters. Like, what the hell's going on? This is crap. It's a terrible episode. 1 out of 10, I guess.
This episode, the pilot, the Doctor didn't even. First of all, she tells him about the pot or whatever. He's not thinking to check on her like anything is wrong. Is he like senile Time Lord? Is he like senile Time Lord that she has to run to him where the water's basically seeping through his door? She told him already about the bottle. She brought him to it. He ran to it, and he thinks, "Oh, just don't worry about it. Don't think anything of it. Just stay away from it." No, of course something's going to happen. You're the Doctor. You know something's going to happen.
I think he was actually just trying to figure it out. I think he was just. That's why he was in his. You could see him pacing, in the office.
Why would he think that that's safe? Where she can never think about it again. She'll be all right. Like every memory that he's ever had dealing with all these people, he thinks that she's going to be completely safe.
Right, we're jumping around a bit. To go back to what you said about Rings of Akatan.
Let me speak.
I don't understand why you find that an acceptable jumping on point, but not the pilot.
Because the pilot is shit.
What?
That's a shit episode to me. Because
that's
it doesn't.
Opinion.
Okay.
And it's correct. It's an opinion, and one opinion. But you want, first of all, you see him as a teacher. Doesn't say anything, show anything about him being from Gallifrey. If you want to be an opening episode, they said that in the Unearthly Child. They said it, that everything in the beginning, that he's not from Earth. I mean, I know they said it later on in the episode, but they basically explained everything in the Unearthly Child. Unearthly Child is a jumping on point, not friggin' the pilot. Not the pilot. The pilot is the Doctor is. First of all, he doesn't make sense half the time that he's on there, because how could he be bothered by his memories of Clara being erased if he don't effing remember anything?
So
that doesn't make any sense.
You have, I can say this with utter confidence, you have misunderstood that saying.
Yeah.
I didn't misunderstand the thing. The whole point was he was going to erase a memory like Donna Noble, and by her saying that, it triggered the whole Clara thing that it's wrong for me to erase my memory.
No. He felt for her pain. She said it was the best thing that ever happened in her life.
Right.
He's the Doctor. He's not going to take away that from someone.
But it wasn't just that. They played the Clara music, and right away it was
that's what I noticed.
Because what was her...
That's what bothered him before she said about, it was amazing to her.
It was Donna's method of going. It was Clara's method of going. It was just there to bring some fan familiarity to the
Let's,
situation.
let's also remember. Let's
It
also
wasn't there to indicate what the scene was about. It was there just for fanfare.
remember he didn't erase Clara's mind, and his mind was erased, not
I know
her.
that, but my point is that, first of all, he is, even though he's happy and he's doing his lectures, right? He is First of all, he has responsibility to the universe. He's broken. He's broken. Not the TARDIS isn't broken. He's out of order. That's the whole point. The TARDIS isn't broken. He's broken inside. He's broken inside like Matt Smith was broken in the beginning of the Snowman episode, and he was retired.
Hang
The
on,
Doctor has...
It's like they were repeating that now that I think about
They're
it.
repeating it. And I've seen this already. How many times did we see this already?
The Doctor has had guilt like that for the whole entire 53, 54 years. You just haven't seen it.
I just think he's
We've seen it.
kind of refreshed. He's new, you know.
We've seen it with Matt Smith, with the Snowman. He retired totally. He's not going to get involved in stuff.
Yeah, but the difference with
That
that
was written
was
by
with
Matt.
It doesn't mean he's broken. He wasn't broken. He was perfectly happy to go.
Yeah, he's got Nardole. He has got a companion technically, and he's just what's different with this is he's just refreshed and new, and he's being a bit cautious. And
the reason why he was on Earth is because he had a mission.
Yeah.
Not because he's broken.
And the only broken thing he suffered recently is River, not about Clara, because he doesn't remember Clara. So it's only about River that he's broken on.
Well, he does remember, or maybe remembers pieces because he obviously was affected by when she said, "Would you want your memory to be erased too?" So he knows some semblance that his memory was erased.
Okay.
Some semblance. I don't know what he knows, or if he got
I
his
don't
memories
think he
back
remembers
at Clara.
her. I think the Doctor's not stupid. He probably knows. Obviously, in his head, he's thinking.
Well, I think
this is
he
a blank
remembers
spot.
Clara.
No, I think he knows there's a blank spot there.
I don't think so. I mean, in class, the same thing. He took Clara's name. It's like, Clarence Annie Pink. It's like, I don't think so. But anyway, we got off topic. I do apologize. It's my fault. This is just, the puddle was just not interesting enough for me. It just wasn't a clear cut, oh, maybe we'll see her again. Like, you didn't even establish if she's a threat. Like, what could she do? What was the aliens doing there? Like, it was just like, I don't really care. Okay, whatever.
I personally, honestly, can I be honest? I liked the episode, and it's weird. Sometimes you'll like episodes where you dislike something. I thought the film was pretty crap. I didn't really, apart from the scene, the shower, where she did the shower in the bath, that was really creepy. Apart from that, I'm not really interested in the villain.
I'll say this much about that shower scene. I was expecting, with all the whole thing, like, we've got an image imprint. I was expecting a double of the Doctor to show up.
Okay.
And then,
Bill.
Or another Bill. Yeah. But.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. I didn't see anybody's reaction to it. Have you seen the press's reaction to it? Was there anybody that came out and said that the episode was the greatest thing since sliced bread?
Christopher Thompson, the guy who does the impressions of Patrick Troughton and stuff.
I mean, a couple of days, I guess we'll get a lot of impressions, right? Like
we've already got the impressions.
What were the impressions?
No one has said it's the greatest thing since sliced bread because it's not supposed to be. They've all said it's a really, really, really solid start, and that they would recommend it to people that were looking to join on the show. Wasn't there some reviews that said it was stale? Yeah, but of course there would be reviews that say it's stale. It's that they get that for every episode.
Yeah.
You're not going to get one episode that gets outstanding reviews across the board. If you do, then you've cracked.
How many people have said negative things about it?
This tweet's good. I think it's in the middle of the road. I'll read this to you. 6 out of 10. It was a solid start. Loved the companion. Not the biggest fan of the villain, but the coming soon trailer looks very promising. I kind of agree. I don't think on the rating I would give it an 8. Definitely an 8. I can't give it a 10 because the reason why I can't give this episode 10 is because I know the finale, most likely, unless the
that's going to be
flying,
ridiculous.
is going to be ridiculously good.
Yeah, not even the finale. There'll be other stories that'll be much more worthy.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be way more stories this season which are better.
Yeah.
So if we give this a 10, give them a 10. It makes no sense, right?
Right. I guess the ultimate thing would be what the ratings say.
To put a number to this, I will say it's a 9 out of 10 episode.
Yeah, what about you, Philip?
I gave it a 9 in the other show, but I'll give it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Like I said, I'm sticking to my 8.
that's good
Yeah,
enough.
I'm with you in the 8. Joe?
I mean, I could watch it many times, like I usually do for a second opinion.
Just be honest. It's fine. We don't care.
I gave it a 4. So
You're kidding.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
And again,
It's like below
it-
average.
I mean, well, that's what I gave it. What are you gonna do?
Well,
okay, you
We'll
know,
see.
He
I
isn't-
doubt. I mean, maybe I'll enjoy the emoji thing a lot better. Who knows?
some
but-
ratings are different. You know, the guy rated 6 said it was a good episode. I mean, 6 is considered like, yeah, it's kind of okay,
Yeah,
good.
mid-
Well,
Yeah.
6 is just passing as far as 1 to 10 standard goes.
Well, 5 is average, and 4 is like.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a 1 or 0. I mean, there was some really cool chemistry with Bill and everything, but there wasn't a big enough, like, it just didn't make any sense. There was no real connection with Bill with this girl, and you can't, like, make it by looking at somebody. Oh my God, there's a thing.
Nonetheless,
That's
this is
stupid.
the first episode, so you got to wait at least, let's say, 3.
I don't know.
episodes.
Listen, like I said, I've been with Doctor Who since the beginning. I'm going to be with Doctor Who in the end, and when it comes back again or whatever. So, of course, I'm not going anywhere.
But
I'm not going anywhere till the Candy Man appears.
I will say that I wish they condensed the introduction, explaining the TARDIS and what it does and where it goes to a shorter segment rather than stretch it out over the story, because it was taking up space that it didn't need to for me.
I mean,
Yeah.
to put this
Even
in the theater,
Adults get
absolutely
annoyed.
not.
It's like, come on. You know,
I would not put
that
this
was a
in the
funny
theater.
scene.
I would not put this in the theater to make money off this.
No, this is not.
But it is. It is in the theater.
episode.
It is in the theater. It is going to be in the theater for 2 days.
Yeah, 17th and 19th or
I would
17th
not.
and 18th.
It's a pilot episode. I don't see why they do that. But then again, money is money. Money talks. If they make money off it, good for them. If it goes towards Doctor Who, just please reinvest in the show. But I will say the CGI on the planet looked pretty good, in my opinion.
That's where the 8 pretty much comes in.
Yeah, I really do think they.
When the water monster, I should say, started doing it.
Yeah, I do.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was-
I think the
that was
CGI. Do you guys think the CGI is getting better?
I like the planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the budget's getting. It's definitely not bigger because the BBC, but I think they're making more use of it. You know.
The TARDIS
I
looks
actually thought
nice.
I thought they were hinting on this might have been his actual planet at first, and then when found out this was just some random world in the far off distant future, like, okay.
I did like the lights being off in the TARDIS to just have the illusion
Yes.
that it's actually a box.
Yes.
And then when the lights came on, it's like, and I did like the differences in the TARDIS. I did enjoy that.
And the fact she
What
was
I'm
enjoy
disappointed about
She
is
was actually
they.
up against the door. Of course, the box they had went into was a lot smaller until.
I did enjoy
You mentioned
her
the
dialogue.
toilet, but we didn't get to see the toilet. I want to see the TARDIS's toilet. Let's see what that's all about.
I like the fact that Nardal's just had a big old dump in there. It's like, leave it
Yeah, well, which confirms really he's
Yeah,
not
just
a
stay out
robot,
of there
right?
for a few minutes. We'll be all right.
That does prove that he has organic tendencies.
Unless he
Well,
was,
what if that screw was him indicating to everybody that's how he felt about the episode?
Well, I don't know if you caught this. To be completely, like, I'm going to be straightforward now, right? Nardo encountered the Daleks before with the Doctor.
did he?
Yes,
Why so?
because of his dialogue with the Doctor. Pay attention.
Yeah, he was like
Yourself.
not there.
Yeah.
They would have done, yeah. I don't
Definitely.
think that.
So, the question
Definitely.
was it this doctor or a previous?
No. The Capaldi. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had a whole bunch of series of adventures. It's a regular thing that he has the Sonic, and he encountered the Daleks before.
Okay, fair enough.
More
Which
than
is cool,
once.
by the way. Can I just say, I did not think they were going to use Baker's screwdriver that much. They did actually have it in action, which is
All
really
that bull
cool.
crap about him traveling with the Fourth Doctor, that was nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe they'll bring
Those
Gilbert
might be
in.
some big Finnish dramas.
hopefully we get to explain why Nardo's got so much say with the TARDIS controlling it, going on adventures by himself, and also
What if
why
he's-
he it took how long for River Song to get her own Sonic, and he just gets no Sonic like that. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, to the Doctor, I've always seen him with his Sonics. When he gets a new one, he doesn't really care about the old ones. He's just like, oh, you can take that one. I don't really care about that one.
That's a hand.
I mean, he gave Sarah first, the Sonic.
I will say this much about this is what I still remember about School Reunion. When I was watching, I was thinking when they were walking out that door, says, watch him give that to Sarah, and Rose just instinctively reaches for it, and that happened. I still, to this day, I thought that was kind of funny.
I will say this. You know how a lot of people rewatch episodes. I'm not one of the type of people who rewatches something I've already watched. It's very rare for me to watch something back, even stories I really liked. This one, I definitely don't want to rewatch it. I kind of got everything I want from it. That's how I am with media, though.
See, I rewatch a lot. I mean, the other day we could have did cast a lot earlier, but I was just stuck watching the marathon on and off. So, and today the only reason we do cast earlier is because
it has to be a few years.
I was watching the Fate of the Furious. That's why.
Oh, Fate and the Furious is a good movie, though. It was a good movie. I don't know if you're going to make.
Well, let's not everything show. I don't want.
I know.
But that's the only reason we do cast earlier. So, I do like the TARDIS. I think it looks amazing inside. The lighting looks different. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with alien planets. I don't have a problem with. Again, I in a way it was like why the Daleks were there, but it was nice to go off Earth anyway. Despite the purpose. I mean,
but they could, like I said in the last cast, they could have saved that Dalek and Movellen thing for another episode.
If the Daleks don't appear, period, for the rest of the season, then I can honestly say, well, that's their appearance.
Yeah.
If there was,
I think that'll probably be the case. We may get some sort of reference with John Sim, possibly. With the Time War and stuff. Maybe they'll reference that. But I think that's the only avenue they'll go with the Daleks.
I mean, that's what I'm really heavily looking at. I can't say that. I'm not just looking into the regeneration and the Master. I'm looking into what those creatures are on the guy. I am interested in why Capaldi looks like he's in body armor and why are those people consoling him, and a lot of the episodes.
The creatures on the guy, but is that the one kind of like the creepy one? What's it called?
Oh, that's the one with the monks, isn't it?
No,
I did find the Missy thing weird in the trailer. The way she turned her head like that, and the way she looked with the outfit she had.
Well, she's in with John Sim with his face. That's her looking at him. The shadow. You can see a little shadow. I'm sure that's Missy's hat.
No, I thought I was going to be. What's her name? Pearl. I'm Bill.
Bill.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch that. It's very, very, very quick. You have to take a screenshot.
Yeah, it's Bill.
It's definitely Bill.
Yeah, it's Bill.
Now, another thing we didn't talk about, the thing that Nardole dropped that fell, that was what, a screw?
Yeah.
That was one of Nardole's screws holding him together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is he a real person? He can't be a real person, or is he like
he's like half robot, half real person.
Unless he's making a joke. That toilet thing was a complete joke. He is some type of organic as well.
I mean, his arm was like,
Yeah, because he had to, because remember, he was sharing that body in a way. And he said, so I'm thinking that the Doctor must have rebuilt, like, from the neck on down, from that collar on
Oh
down.
my God, I've just thought of something brilliant. Because he's half organic and half robotic, it will be very interesting to see how the Cybermen react to that if they try and convert him later in the season. That may cause issues.
That's a good point. Well, I think
with the conversion.
I think it's a complete construct, though.
Unless maybe he was just making a joke, with the toilet thing, because I thought that was them confirming he is slightly organic.
Well, think about the fact that he's very what's the word, attuned to the TARDIS controls. He's very knowledgeable, like a computer library. Everything about the Doctor. So he must be some sort of construct with uploads of the Doctor's memories and all sorts of.
I'm going to be honest though, if they kill it, well, they are going to kill him off, it seems. But if they do kill him off, I'm going to actually cry. I love this guy. It's really warming to him. I think it's because we've not had a male companion for a long time, which has just not been a boyfriend.
I mean, you like the bit, Connor, when he was running after the Doctor when they were leaving the college, the university. It was like a little dopey little dog. running after the doctor.
yeah, with him like when they're running down the cell, right, where they're hiding the.
Yeah, that was funny.
Mikey's watching Saturday Night Live,
him?
so I don't know if he's coming in.
The setting,
not.
he said to Nardo on the door, "Friends only." Sucker Body at that point must have known it was Phil, right?
Yeah, it explains why.
Yeah.
So is that what's going to be, that his head was separated from his body too long and that he just had to construct something for him?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Does it have to be explained? Like,
Did
I don't
River
see.
ask him to do it, maybe?
No, I don't think River did it. I think
Not that she did it, but she asked him, if I leave, like, rebuild Nardo or not? Probably not, right?
I don't think, to be honest, even though before I saw that screw drop, I just didn't think they were going to really address it. I just don't think it really that matters that much, to be honest.
I think to put it in the episode, it's a plot point for later on.
Yeah.
And they're going to go back to it maybe 3-4 episodes.
Well, at least we think Moffat's going to go back.
At first, I thought they wouldn't, but because he added him to it, I do think the Cyberman thing's going to be connected to him being mechanical, though.
Unless that's how he just meets his end with the Cyberman because of that.
Yeah. Oh, well, he could, if he is mechanical, I'm presuming he's much tougher than a human. Maybe he can give a bit of a fight back. Be interesting to see what happens if they try and convert him. Even though I'll be crying, because I love him.
But because he says in various TV shows and interviews, he plays an integral part to the whole season. I'm wondering, what is that, though? Why is he so important?
The Watcher, a lot of people say, right?
Yeah, but we can't say that now. If he's a machine, how can he be a Watcher?
Well, the Watcher, when we last saw him, obviously, with Tom Baker, was an entity. But if I remember correctly, the companions, was it Adric or Tegan?
He was the doctor all the time.
Yeah.
And
They
one
could
of them
see him.
said he was the doctor all along, and then the Watcher enters the body
From the future.
Doctor, and yeah.
Yeah.
The last
They could see him.
incarnation, probably.
You know, what's to say that the Watcher can't, it's very unlikely. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it's interesting. I still think it's going to be the Cyberman, that's why it's connected.
No, I can't say that. That makes it too weird.
What if he is already half Cyberman?
Well, he's half
No.
robotic, but his emotions are still there. He's got a sense of humour.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that'll play if they try and convert him. There's
Did
also
they say why Bill's? They didn't say why Bill's mom died, right?
No, they didn't say it. That's why I'm thinking it's going to come later on in the series as well. It's going to be one of his little.
How old is she?
Don't think it says, to be honest.
They hinted on it.
Hang on, she's supposed to be
18, at least.
she's supposed to be an 18, 19-year-old, but she's 30. How old is she in real life? About 29, 30? But she's
This takes place in 2017, correct?
Yeah.
well, she's at university. Most people who go to university, you can go at any age, but typically in the UK, are between 18 to 24, so be around that age range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, early 20s, late teens. I would bet with early 20s. though.
She also has to be a student there because she won't be able to get her work marked officially.
And do chips as well. You've got to have some sort of pass. You can't just walk wandering in
Yeah.
and play chipping.
Yeah, so I think she eventually made her a student, which that's why I think.
I think that's what the doctor did because he'd been there for.
Yeah, that's what because he said.
I have the
The
power
year
to do it.
6 and yada yada.
Leave it with me, and then
Yeah.
like, well, you're supposed to do that really at the start of the year.
Yeah, we had the illusion of Christmas gone by, so that means that she's been there for quite a while. So yeah.
So is it possible that she's been a student for like a year?
Maybe.
It's looking like since he was there for Christmas.
She's been sneaking into his lectures for ages, but he makes her an official student there.
Okay.
But the time that they know each other is like a year or two? Not 2, probably a year.
But at least a year.
Yeah, we can get back to after that.
Yeah, it's definitely a number of months because that's how long the episode takes place over.
So there's a threat probably to the school,
Which that door is
something.
for.
but the Weeping Angels are going to take over the world in the other school. So
No,
we're just going to let that happen.
Oh, for God's sake, not the we.
I mean, they are.
no.
I
they
don't
are.
get the appeal to them. I don't understand why anyone would be a fan of the Weeping Angels after the first episode. Link Nobody can deny it's a fantastic episode. It's brilliant.
James, I did like. What was Matt Smith's first one with them?
The first one, yes, the first one with the guy who becomes the angel. No. He's talking through the angels, yeah?
Yeah.
The voice recording. That was fantastic. So good. And then he ruins it in the next episode with the angels moving. It's already been proven that they can't. They are not allowed to look at each other.
At them, they get.
This is why Moffat does annoy me sometimes. Not now. I love the pilot, but back in season 5, he would contradict his own plot points. It doesn't make any sense. he put in Blink set in stone, but if the angels stare at each other, they freeze.
Right.
So why can they look at each other? Tony,
Again,
I'll
we're
tell you
going
why.
off topic.
You can't write.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't know why people like angels. I don't want to see them ever return.
I like the Weeping Angels a lot. I just don't want to see the Statue of Liberty that's a Weeping Angel walking around like Ghostbusters with sneakers.
He's going to be watching it every time.
I've seen that twice in my lifetime, and I got to tell you, it's not better the second time I saw it. But.
I remember when I saw Blink as a... How old had I been when I watched Blink? About 11? And
wow.
Yeah, terrified me. I was
like
never so scared. Yeah, that was really scary.
Do you think they will expand upon Bill's lesbianism throughout the season, or just?
I hope they don't. I think that's enough. If they do,
I don't think Moffat's the one to write that. Really.
Why?
Because he's not gay.
Doesn't matter.
But Gatiss can.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's an awful approach to take.
I think he can write anything he wants to. It's the same show.
Just because he's not gay doesn't mean he can't write for a gay person. Yeah, I'm
no.
Gay.
Well,
I think they've done just about enough.
You don't think at least he should consult with the way it should be done?
It's not like he doesn't know. Yeah, but it's not
or
like
do some research. No.
Well, it's not like he doesn't know gay people. He must know gay people in his real life.
Well, whatever his approach so far has been, it's been great because he's given enough hints so the audience knows she is gay, right? Everyone knows she's gay.
I don't think they're going to mention anything ever again.
I hope they don't. I think if they do, then they'll. Yeah, go on.
So I'm saying, if they don't redress it again, then it's pointless having her be like the big gay character of Doctor Who.
Why would he have to do research on her being gay? Aren't gay people normal people?
They are, but you don't want to when you misinterpret. Wait, hold on. When you misinterpret them, like they did with the gay and lesbian community, were up in arms when they make someone like, say, Sulu, the new version, just to try to put it. They ruin the whole opportunity of doing it without doing research on it. Yes, that backfires. It also backfired with many movies because. But I know it's not Doctor Who, but what I'm saying is if you're gonna make a character, but then you do but then you do, like, in other words, in Star Trek, they never had the Sulu and his husband do anything gay, but they said they were gay, and the way they meant he was gay was he touched his shoulder, which actually was ridiculous. The guy that plays Sulu, George Takei, was offended by it and didn't want that, and made a big stink about it. That they need to do some research if they're going to do someone from that community. So that's the whole point.
Wait a minute. I think what they did in this episode, where they just hinted at it, but also I was very worried that they were going to, go all out and start snogging someone just to prove that she was gay. They didn't do that. No. If you watch Pearl Mackie's interview on it, she takes a very good stance on it. Yeah, I'm gay, so what? Doesn't really matter.
But the thing is that if nothing occurs from that the whole entire season, then why even make a speech about it?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Philip. I mean, that's like ridiculous. Then she was told to say that speech.
Thing where it's just like, oh, they saw across the room.
They're looking for shock value for people to watch Doctor Who, but they're going about it the wrong way. Because if Moffat wrote that speech for her and it didn't come from her, and then nothing is ever spoken about the whole entire season, then it's fake.
Like the positives are, we know she won't fancy the Doctor.
And after the shooting,
Christ just got right into it. There was no bullshitting around. This guy was gay. Was not. All right, guys, we got to go. On that note, take care. Bye for now.